Intro song.
Let's do the Firesnake experiment. For this one you'll need sweet sugar. Any sugar will do. I'm just using plain white sugar. Some bicarbonated soda or baking soda. A measuring tool. I'm using tablespoons. It'll depend what size mix you want to make. A bowl to mix that in. You'll need some kind of container to burn in. Ceramic plates are pretty fireproof. And a fuel. I'm going to use alcohol. There's isopropyl alcohol, which is also called rubbing alcohol, or methylated spirits. It's very common, lots of uses. It's just alcohol. You can buy it from the supermarket. Hand sanitizer is full of alcohol. Most of them are. This one's about 70% or more. And then some sand that we're going to use as a fireproof base to burn on. That way it'll keep things fairly safe. You'll need something to light the fire with. Matches or a lighter will do. And you'll need adult supervision. The first step is to mix the ingredients. We're using a 4:1 ratio of sugar to baking soda. So that's 4 spoons of sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Mix that thoroughly. Now, the secret to mixing anything properly is to mix it until you're sure it's mixed, and then mix it some more. Time to set up our burners. I'm using bowls, but anything that will hold the fire without catching fire should be okay. I'm going to test out my 3 different fuels. So I've got methylated spirits, isopropyl alcohol, and hand sanitizer. To contain the fuel and to provide a surface that won't catch fire, I'm going to add some sand into the bowls. So just fill them up with sand about halfway or more, and then we're going to add the fuel into the sand. Time to add the fuel. Now, I'm trying out 3 kinds of fuel, just because that was a variable I thought would be interesting. Also, I wasn't sure what sort of fuel that you would have at home, so I thought it would be good to find out if any of them didn't work. Particularly, I wanted to see how well the hand sanitizer would work, and seeing how it worked compared with the 2 sources of pure alcohol, I thought would be quite interesting. I decided to mix the sand and the fuel together. I don't know if that's actually important. It might work just fine without. So that's another variable you could use to test. Now just put a pile of the sugar and baking soda mixture into the middle of your sand and fuel mix. You need to have some fire around the outside of that pile for it to work, so I would recommend not covering the whole area. Et voilà, c'est fini. Now we need to find somewhere nice and safe to set up our burners, somewhere outside and out of the wind. With strict adult supervision, light the fire. Because we're using alcohol as a fuel, you may not be able to see the flames, especially if you're outside in the sunshine, but it's pretty easy to get it lit. Make sure, again, that you are in a safe place where there's nothing that will catch fire close by, and it's a good idea to have it out of the wind. This bit's fast forwarded so that you can watch them grow in the video. It takes a bit of time, but the result's really cool. Remember that I separated my sugar baking soda mixture into 3 parts, and I didn't use a lot of fuel. So I'm sure I could make these fire snakes much, much bigger, but I was trying things out, so I only did small batches this time. Once they'd cooled off a bit, I collected them in, and I actually found them quite interesting. They're not like a snake, or my ones didn't turn out very snaky, but they look like some kind of weird alien landscape or strange fluffy fungus. As you can see, I tried this quite a few times, but hey, who doesn't like burning stuff? So, what I didn't expect was how amazing they feel. This is my best one. It looks like a xenomorph head. Yeah, they're super soft and fluffy, and you can scrunch them up satisfyingly. Extreme hokey pokey. Fun. Also, don't use a good plate, especially if you borrowed it from the food tech room. Sorry, Mr. Dooley. So there you go. Make sure you stay safe, have fun playing with fire, and happy experimenting.